Hello and welcome to my home. I'm going to be doing some seasonal decorating today in neutrals, and it's going to be zero cost. So no going out and buying expensive things in order to switch up my home for the seasons. This is going to be shopping my home using items that I've revamped, repurposed, lots of upcycling. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to be styling the living space just off the kitchen. This room we call the Snug. There's no TV in here. It's a room where we sit, we chat, we read a book. It's a very chilled space. It's still dressed with the post-Christmas decor. I like to keep it very cosy in here through January and February. But now we're well and truly into March, so it's time to take everything out. I like to do it this way, so not only can I give it a really good clean, but I can start again adding things to create a new look and feel for the next few months. So the first area I'm going to start dressing is the mantle. Now these candlesticks have been several colours over the years. The latest is this lovely muted coffee colour. These were found at a car boot sale many years ago. They were originally a brass colour. Again, they've had lots of different incarnations. These wooden candlesticks were found in a job lot from the auctions. Now, I don't just use spray paint and chalk paint. I use a filler and soil technique. I do have a video on how to create this stone effect, and I really love doing this at the moment. It's such a simple, cost-effective technique to create a stone effect on any old pot, quite frankly, regardless of what the material is. So do check out that video. I'm going for a very muted palette in here today. And when I style the mantle, I do it in lots of different ways. I mean, quite frankly, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Today, I'm going for symmetry, so everything is balanced. Other times, I'll group things together. And grouping is what I'm going to do on the coffee table. I've pulled together these items which I think will work well together. These are actually part of the pedestal for the coffee table when it was originally a table. I just cut those away to lower it to turn it into a coffee table. And this beautiful little pot was found buried in the garden when we moved in. No idea what age it is, but I think it's quite old. And these gorgeous coasters are from a little shop in Wimberley in Texas. We spent a lot of time in the state because our son was at college there for 4 years. These little coasters always bring back happy memories for me. And I think that's what home decor should be about, filling your home with things that just make you smile. As does this wicker tray, as it was part of a basket haul from auctions. And it's a haul that just keeps on giving. The coffee table is 6 foot, so it's quite a statement piece, therefore it needs some bold styling. The tray originally came from HomeSense several years ago. It was another absolute bargain find, as were the candles that I'm going to put on. One tip I would give you is when you're shopping for candles, always start at the clearance section and anything that's out of season, because it can go in the cupboard and come back out at the appropriate time. The coffee table offcuts that I've put onto the wooden tray normally have pillar candles on them, very large church candles. But because this is a room that we sit and talk in, I like to keep the coffee table styling very low so you can actually make eye contact with people rather than trying to dodge around big vases of flowers. In the wicker tray, I've added some vintage books, again part of another big auction haul, and I've just tied them with string. I've really just chosen them for their colour. It's such a super simple, cost-effective way of adding detail. Now onto the styling of the sideboard. The lamps and the mirror stay here all year round because they just work in this space. I normally have twigs or blooms in the middle, but I heard of a friend who was getting rid of a pampas plant. So there was no way those plumes were going to waste. They have now found their way down to Sussex, and here they are. The jug and dish were originally made by my daughter in very bright colours. Since they got damaged, I've done a stone effect on them. I've used the same spray colour on these previously silver candlesticks, and no, those candles will never be lit near the pampas grass. This little console table was found at auction. It's modern, but it's got a lovely rustic effect on it, and it fits this corner perfectly. So here are the items that I've grouped together to go on there. One super cheap way of revamping any lamp is by wrapping the flex. I have a video that shows this technique. Again, I'm using pots that I've used the filler and soil technique on, and a vase that I've sprayed in the same colour as the others. I love using vintage mirrors in design, and I often find them in charity shops. Go check out your local charity shops. You can find yourself a great bargain and you're helping a charity in the process. Now, why have I got a chopping board there? Let me explain. As you know, I'm not a lover of flexes on lamps. I also don't like seeing sockets, so the chopping board just hides the socket. The colours all tone in. It works a treat. If you're enjoying this video and you're not already subscribed, then please do consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed and you do follow my channel, anything you can do to support me with thumbs up, comments, shares, every single one is appreciated. Thank you so much. The stone pots here are originally from HomeSense. They're terracotta, and I did the filler effect with them. I didn't use so much soil because I didn't want texture. I wanted them very smooth. And I'm layering in front of the mirror, which is a technique that I do like to use. A few vintage books that have had the covers removed, tied with string, just finishes off the look. As this is spring decorating, then we need to bring some spring into the room. I'm not going to spend any money. I'm going to go outside. One of the best things about living here is the land, and of course the foraging. I'm always snipping something and bringing it inside. So I'm going to take a few stems of the pussy willow, and then we'll see what else is in bloom at the moment. Bertie's leading us to the hawthorn tree, so I think we'll have a few stems of that lovely blossom as well. I've borrowed a huge glass jar from another room that I had some pampas in, so that now is the perfect size to take the stems. And in a few weeks' time, I'll switch it for some other blossoms that are coming out. We've got magnolia, we've got cherry, apple, lots of different varieties. This cute little side table is an auction find, and yes, another basket from the haul that keeps on giving. Now, I'm going to put something in here that is not spring, but I just love them. So I had these pumpkins from some big displays I did in the autumn. I put them in the bottom of the range, dried them out, and then I've just finished them with a little bit of white wax. I just love the colours in them. Bit bonkers, but hey ho. Time to add some fabric. So sheepskin rugs underneath the table. You can guess who loves these the most, can't you? And it's not me, no, it's Bertie, the Labrador. He just loves snoozing under that coffee table. I use sheepskin rugs all around the house. I love the coziness that they create, and at the end of the day, your home needs to be cozy. A tip to keep any fur throw nice and fluffy is to use a dog brush. I regularly give mine a groom. And now to the big Duresta sofa. This is a firm family favourite. Everybody gravitates here, dog included, so throws are necessary to keep it clean. Personally, I'd like to take all the grey away, but that would be so expensive. So, you know, sometimes in design, you have just got to work with what you've got. The huge, super fluffy cushions are going back on, which I may well die. Somebody, though, is very happy. Doesn't really care about the colour. I'm adding a few extra throws in a natural colour, as it is spring and it's still very chilly out there. You know, there are times when we're lighting the fire and we want to pull a blanket over us. You'll hear me use the word cosy a lot about my home, because your home is your haven and you need to feel cosy and you need to feel safe, a place where you can all relax and enjoy. See you on the next video.